Are you properly carrying the weight that's in front of you? Let's get to the word. Galatians 6:5. BSB. For each one should carry his own load. Proverbs 9:12. If you become wise, you will be the one to benefit. If you scorn wisdom, you will be the one to suffer. Luke 9:23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up the cross daily and follow me. In 1937, June 4th, Sylvan Goldman created the first grocery cart. Can you imagine? He had a supermarket store, right? With no grocery carts. So he thought of a way, he was sitting there thinking of a way that he can get people to carry more groceries. Because think about it, when we go in the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Back then, they didn't have grocery carts, so they just carried as many groceries as they can. They probably was like, yeah, I want that too, but I ain't got enough. But think about it though. It's almost like in life, when life hits us, it's almost like if I told you, I said, listen, I'm going to take you to the grocery store, get the grocery cart, put whatever you want in it. But the key is everything has to stay in it, no matter how much you fill it up. And I said, I'll pay for it. So you go do that. And when life hits us, we take the wheels off at times, or something happens and the wheels fall off. And think about it. Even if you got the strongest person in the world and you got 7 other people to help you push the cart without wheels, it's going to be very difficult. It's not the weight that you're carrying, it's how you carry the weight. So think about this. If we put the wheels back on, it's a lot easier, but that's what happens with life. That's what we began to carry it with. Now think about it. If you go in a grocery store, you have the option. You can use a basket. You can use your hands. You can go up there, run up there, grab something, bring it back, run up there and grab something, bring it back, run up there and grab something, bring it back, or you can use a grocery cart. And we know, yeah, we'd be like, well, why would I even do anything else? But that's what happens in life. That's why God said, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge me and I'll direct your path. The scripture says that God will not put more on us than we can bear. But what are we putting on ourselves? You know what I'm saying? And when we properly carry the weight, that's what's happening in life. Those wheels come off. That's why I have 2 pictures of the grocery carts. You know what I'm saying? We have the choice. We can either, push it with the wheels or push it without. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. But that's what happens in life. You know what I'm saying? It's not our, it's not up to us to try to understand God, but to just trust God. Because God's given us a promise that if we love him, no matter what happens, it's all going to work out to our good. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good for those who are called according to the purpose of those that love him. So no matter what it is, it's all going to work out to your good. But understand this, that our emotions and feelings are valid. But what does the word say? If you take a pain medicine, right? So the pain medicine goes to the actual where it's at, and the actual painkiller actually kind of numbs the nerve. There's still pain there, but it overwrites the nerve that's telling it there's pain. Thus, you begin to walk or whatever you do until, actually it wears off. But by then, our body is natural healing, that it may, it's actually, going to, heal eventually. So this is what we have to do with the word, regardless of how our feelings are or our emotions, we have to allow the word to overwrite our nerve. That's what people say all the time, you're getting on my nerves. But that's what we got to do, no matter, because listen, our feelings and our emotions are valid, but we got to let the word overwrite. That's why we got to sit there. We got to pour into ourselves. We got to read, we got to study. And even if it's just spending time with God, 15 minutes a day in the beginning, that's what we got to do. And there's a scripture for every situation that we go through, even if it's the enemy. Genesis 50:20, what the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. That's what we got to do. We have to allow the word to override how we feel, because that's where we got to get to, because a lot of us are walking around pushing grocery carts with no wheels and we don't even know it. And then we get people to come help us. And even if we have, again, the strongest person, that's what's happening. We're pushing grocery carts without the wheels. That's why he said, we all got to carry our own burdens. But God said, cast all your cares on me and I will sustain you. So we up on 5 good minutes. So Call it AKA the goods. Love y'all. God bless.